Tasting like a boss. I have Tastin here today, and I've got a kind of interesting review to do. This is actually going to be part of my Too Much Coffee review. As you guys might know, if you've looked at my other videos, I have a new series called the Too Much Coffee Reviews, essentially necessitated by the fact that I have really accumulated a lot of coffee that I haven't been drinking. And so I'm revisiting coffees I've already reviewed and just drinking them cold brew throughout the week. So I was approaching the end of this particular coffee, and it is by Village Coffee Pot in Dora, Florida, called Mountain Blue. And as I was approaching the end of the week, getting ready for the review, I decided to go back to kind of familiarize myself with what I thought about the coffee, and I realized I hadn't reviewed the coffee. Instead, I had bought the coffee, had it at home a couple of times, and then I think I had something at the store, or maybe outside of the store, and did a quick review there, but I didn't ever review the coffee. And that led me into a situation where I thought, oh, no, I usually like to do the three-way reviews, but I had enough. Okay, so I was able to do a little more cold brew because I had some left over. In fact, it's in a very small little container. These are the tasting cups I had from that little tasting class that Boss got me. So I have it in cold brew. I have it in drip here. We got the Donut Experiment, a place out in Anna Maria Island we like a lot. And we have espresso. So if you guys have never been to Mount Dora, I really suggest you go. The people who are local, they already know what Mount Dora is. But for those who don't, it's a small little town in Central Florida. I believe it's actually in Lake County. It's about a 30-minute, 40-minute drive for me, depending on the traffic. 30 minutes probably. And it's a small little town that is kind of known as the festival city or the festival town because, and I think even the Wikipedia entry says something about that, because it constantly has festivals of all kinds. There's all kind of arts fairs, crafts fairs, any kind of fair, car fairs, whatever. We find ourselves going there, and in a year where in years where we don't go there very often, we still end up going like 2 or 3 times. And years where we go more often, maybe around 6. But it's just a nice place to walk around, great shopping, great restaurants, just really good atmosphere. Christmas time is beautiful as well. Well, there in Mount Dora, there is the Village Coffee Pot. And I remember going in and getting this particular bag of coffee because my work from time to time will have me out in Lake County. And as I drove through, I thought I'll get a little coffee and do a little review, and I did. And of course, I picked up this bag at that time too. So, what are my thoughts? Well, I'll go through the 3-way review, but obviously I'm going to be really, really kind of connected to the cold brew because I've been drinking it all week. So here we go. Let's go to the cold. Actually, there's a little bit left in here, so let's give it a smell. Stop. Has a nice round aroma, a very solid coffee scent. Not a lot of tobacco notes, not coffee notes, just sort of like regular coffee. I mean, I know that sounds like, well, duh, it's coffee, but it's not overly tobacco. It's not overly chocolate notes. It just smells what I think of coffee is coffee. Hopefully it'll become more clear as we do the tasting. All right, let's go with the cold brew. Tasting like a boss. Man. So let me just say, when I went into the store and I asked about this coffee, I wanted him to give me the best roast they had. And he said, this is definitely the best roast he had. And I have to say, he's absolutely right. When it comes to cold brew, absolutely right. Of the coffees I have reviewed, and this is high praise, I think this is high praise. Of the coffees I have reviewed, this coffee tastes most like a coffee that I really enjoyed and only had in cold brew, which was, I believe, Malaysia by King Harbs, which I believe was around $70 for the bag. So this is a lot less expensive. This is like $15 for the bag. The beans are regular beans. The Malaysia beans are very big beans. But that's the kind of flavor I get on the cold brew. So an exceptional cold brew flavor. It's perfectly balanced. It's not earthy. It's not chocolatey. But at the same time, it's not dull. You get the coffee flavor. It's exactly what you want it to be. Yeah. No notes, except amazing. All right, no notes. All right, so let's move to the drip. Again, from the Dora Experiment mug. Let's give it a taste. The flavor is different in the drip, but it's still good. There's more of a sharpness to it. It peaks in the beginning of the flavor. Still, it's a very good cup of coffee. I think the only reason I don't like it as much as the cold brew is just because I prefer cold brew, and the cold brewing method mellows out certain flavors. I think it takes out some of those little peaks that I'm not the biggest fan of all the time. It's still, if I were to have that as a normal cup of coffee, I would be asking you what you're brewing, because it is not just an okay cup of coffee, it's a very good cup of coffee, and I'm going to want to know what's the source, what's the region. And guys, I don't know what the source and region is. I just know you can get it from here, right? And I'll put a link down in the description. So now we move to the espresso. And I can tell you, based upon the drip, this kind of causes me concern. So let's give it a taste. Smell-wise is exceptional. Yeah. Okay. Concerns are justified. Yeah. It's extremely sharp in the front. I don't like it. But it is not the worst, okay? There might be people out there who really like this, but I just don't like that. I don't like that sharpness, that sour sharp in the beginning of coffees I brew in espresso format. And remember, not every coffee is meant for all three formats, okay? So the fact that it failed in espresso doesn't mean that I think it's a failure as a coffee. That's not indeed the case, but I would not even waste my time doing it on the espresso. It is not rancid. It's not something you can't drink. It's just, I don't find it pleasant. So, espresso, no. Cold brew, indeed. I'm actually sad as I look at the last remaining parts here, because I'm going to have to go get more. And then, of course, the drip is a thumbs up. So, this, B+. This, A. This, D. All right? So, if you have time, take yourself out to Mount Dora, treat yourself. They got pastries and ice cream there too, if I'm not mistaken. Get yourself a few bags of coffee. Say hello to them. And if you've never been there before, again, it's called Mount Dora. There's technically a mountain there. It's a little plateau that rises up. It's about 100 feet higher elevation than the lake. So you're looking, I think, at like around a 282-foot elevation from sea level. And you can get a shirt that says you climb Mount Dora. So there you go. Well, until next time, people, from Dustin and myself, and a big shout out to Village Coffee Pot in Mount Dora. From us, hit like, subscribe, share, and alerts, and keep tasting like a boss. Thanks so much.